How do they make a ghost gun?
It is. I'm happy you're asking that because I think it's the biggest. People don't understand out there. They think that when you talk about ghost guns, that it has to be 3D printed. It's not. A ghost gun is an untraceable gun. Doesn't mean that it has to be 3D printed. However, nowadays it's basically so it's a gun that doesn't have a serial number, and it could have had a serial number, and the serial number was scrubbed, and maybe they put a new fake serial number in there. But what happens is because of the 3D printers, it's now super easy to just print a gun or gun parts at home. So there are all these companies out there who sell 80% kits that have everything to build a gun except for the receiver. But there's a company, for example, called Defense Distributed, ran by Cody Wilson, who was the first one to use a ghost gun or a 3D printed gun. Actually, it was called the Liberator. And he got in all sorts of trouble.
The Liberator.
Yeah. And he's a strong believer in. He said he wanted his company to be sort of the WikiLeaks for guns, so that everybody could have access to guns. So he sells these kits that are 80% kits, and it's everything you need to buy a gun except for the lower receiver, which is what the ATF and the government actually considers to be the gun.
What part is the lower receiver?
It depends on which weapon, I believe, but it's the bottom. On the guns that he's selling, it's sort of the bottom piece.
Oh, okay.
There's the Liberator.
Yeah, that is a Liberator. Yeah, so this is all 3D printed, and he showed me.
So that's an actual gun, that plastic thing?
That is, and
somebody pulled that on me, I'd be skeptical.
And this was several years ago. It's evolved a lot. It's evolved a lot since then.
Yeah.
Ghost gun.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's a real gun, that plastic thing?
Ghost guns too.
Yeah.
And so,
but if you want to see some of the new ones and what they're making, these are also ghost guns.
And some of that is metal. So where do
some
they get
of it is
the metal parts?
It can be all 3D printed. Some of it is metal, so you can buy it from companies like Cody Wilson's. And then
they 3D print metal?
Oh, nowadays, yes, you can.
Really?
You can have it's like a polymer. I can't remember.
Polymer.
Polymer material that is. Yeah, that's what a lot of the guns are actually
like
made of.
Like a carbon fiber or something? Because I've seen carbon
Mm-hmm.
fiber barrels for hunting rifles. They make them very light so that people can take them into the backcountry when they go deep into the woods.
There's all the kind of parts you can make with
3D
printed metal stuff.
Oh, one of the craziest things we filmed for this Ghost Gun episode was actually these teenagers that were also making 3D and ghost guns, and they came to the desert with us, and we spent a whole day with them shooting guns and showing us what they build. And they were also making drop-in sears, which are little pieces that transform a gun from semi-automatic to fully automatic. And they're illegal, actually, in America. You can't buy that at a gun store, but they're making them for 50 cents. Yeah, it's
wow.